Alright, today I'm going to show you how to replace these expensive door locks with some cheap Amazon ones. Alright, first we'll start off by taking these clips off. Alright, now you're going to want to cut an access panel between this plastic piece. You can just always take those clips. I'm trying to get access to that actuator right there. Alright, it's good to pop off some of these clips. These little wires. This gives you a little more room with the actuator. Now grab yourself a T27. Take these bolts off. These bolts all should be free if you only have this lock mechanism holding it on. So what I did was push it forward, grab some of these, put it behind it, and you just want to force it out. Alright, now that you pulled this out from in here, you can, it's kind of hard, just flip this little clip up. Pull this out. Want to get yourself some pliers. Just pinch that down. Same thing with this one. Just push it down, pop it up. Okay, you want to grab yourself a piece of rod. I just got a little cheap piece of rod I found in the garage, and you want to make a little bend on it like this. Then if you look in here, you can see there's a little hole in there. You stick this in there. Let's see. I'll stick this in there and loop it around the little hole. Sometimes if you turn it, I can get a little access. Okay, see, so I got that in there with the rod. So rod in. Now that you have this rod installed, and you see it's controlled by the knob now, you can just put it back together. Now that you have it back together, you just gotta work it back in here into the slot. Don't forget to take this knob back off. It's kind of hard. Okay, so I just dropped the rod I just made inside the door and I can't get it out, so I'm gonna make a new one. And I found this laying around, so this is what we're gonna make it out of. Okay, as you can see, I just cut this off of here. I got a rod, it's pretty strong. Just gonna bend it how I need it, and we'll put it back on. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can show you guys how to do it. So let's grab these, about 1/2 inch. Give it a good bend. Put it on the opposite side. Bend it back. And right here. You can see that. That's all we're basically doing. So once you get it in there, can line it up with the little hole and just put that back in there so you can hold it. Let's go back to the outside of my finger here, pulled it up, got the holes lined up. Let's put the bolts back in. Okay, so I attached these at the very end. Here we can run the rod. And then we're gonna attach right there. As you can see, connect these two rods. You see where I'm going. Okay, you're gonna want to bend it into a Z like this. Alright, now you just connect these down here to this. You can see. Just gotta make sure it lines up good. So I mounted it right here so that the cover will cover the screws and everything. But as you can see now, once I wired in, it should work. Now you're gonna need two 12-volt automotive relays. I'll insert a diagram of how to wire them up. You basically just want to wire these together, and then we'll pull. These will activate the actuator and reverse polarity back and forth to open and close as these wires get power. And then this is going to be your ground. And then we'll splice it into the original wiring so that when you use the original key, it'll act like it's all stock. Alright, so I tested earlier, found out that the middle prong is ground, and then the ones on the top and bottom control open and close. So if you look here, it's hard to see. Anyways, the red wire is the middle one, so that should be our ground wire that we'll splice into. Alright, so I connected the ground with just one of these little clip connectors. It's super easy to get to, so if it ever comes off, you can just open it up and change it real fast. But now I connected one of the signal wires. It doesn't matter which one because you can always just swap it on the actuator. It's a lot easier. Okay, now that you have all three wires wired up, you just got these two blue wires, which are gonna go to this. I like to just snip them off and wire nut it for now, and then we'll test it, make sure that we got it in the right position on the on and off. And afterwards, we'll seal it up permanently. Okay, now you see we got it wired nut, and we're gonna go test it out. Alright, let's see. It's unlocked, and that's locked. Alright, it's not working, so we gotta do a little adjustments. Okay, so I ended up having to rebend this arm. It was a little too long, and it was flexing, so it wouldn't lock. So I rebent it, had to remount it a different way to get the angle right. But just tested it out and it seems to be working. So here, check it out. Okay, it's locked. It's locked. That's unlocked. That's unlocked. That's locked. Seems like I have it backwards. So like I was saying before, you put these wire nuts, so if you do have it backwards, you just gotta swap these wires over. Switch them, and then it'll switch the polarity. Okay, I just swapped it.